You feel it, don't you, that this so-called real world is just a stage, a magnificent, invisible prison, and you are playing a part you never consciously chose. But here is the secret they never tell you. You are not the actor. Oh no, you are the author. You are the consciousness that gives life to the entire play. You have been dreaming that you are the character, lost in a story you cannot seem to control. But this is not about changing the story. This is about waking up from the dream itself. Watch this until the end, and you will not just change your reality. You will remember that you are reality itself. Have you ever felt it? That subtle, gnawing feeling that the world around you isn't quite real. You look at your hands, your life, the circumstances that define your days, and it feels like you're watching a movie you don't remember choosing. This isn't paranoia. Oh no, this is the first whisper of awakening. You are right. This world, the one you touch and see, is a magnificent, intricate simulation, an invisible prison, not of walls and bars, but of consciousness. Your consciousness. The entire vast universe, every person you meet, every event that unfolds. It's a mirror. It is a flawless, living reflection, projecting outward what was happening within you right now. The world is not happening to you, it is happening from you. Your own wonderful human imagination is the sole cause of the reality you perceive. There is no one to change but self. You are the operant power, the dreamer inside the dream, believing the dream to be separate from yourself. But this simulation is so convincing, isn't it? It has rules, it has history, it has what seems to be an unshakable solidity. The bills are real, the struggles feel real, the limitations appear absolute. This is the grand deception. You have become so enamored with the reflection in the mirror that you've forgotten you are the one looking into it. You have identified with the character on the screen, forgetting you are the projector, the light, and the film itself. This entire three-dimensional world is sustained by one thing and one thing only: your assumption of it. Your inner state gives it life. Your beliefs pour the concrete and forge the steel of your circumstances. You are not a victim of this world. You are its silent, and until now, unknowing creator. The power that brought this world into being is your very own I amness, your awareness of being. That is the one and only reality, the cause of all phenomena. So, you try to fight it. You struggle against the images on the screen. You push against the walls of your perceived reality, trying to force change. You work harder, you hustle, you scream into the void, hoping the simulation will finally bend to your will, but it won't. It can't. That is like a man trying to change his reflection by striking the mirror. The mirror can only do one thing: reflect the truth of who is standing before it. Fighting the external world is a fool's errand. It only reinforces the belief that the power is out there, separate from you. It solidifies the bars of your invisible prison. The feeling of powerlessness is the very anchor that keeps the illusion in place. You must stop fighting the shadows. You must turn away from the screen, away from the reflection, and go within. The inner world is the only world that matters, for it is the womb of all causation, the studio where realities are born. Here is the secret that shatters the foundation of that prison. You are not trapped in the simulation. The simulation is trapped in you. It is born of you, sustained by you, and it will change the very instant you change the inner state from which you are viewing it. You are not a helpless puppet. You are the god of your reality, playing the part of a mortal so convincingly that you have forgotten your own power. The power to change everything is not something you need to acquire. It is not a secret held by gurus or hidden in ancient texts. It is your most natural, innate faculty, your imagination. That is the true creative power. That is the gateway of reality. You are, right now, in this very moment, standing at the threshold of liberation. You already are everything you could ever desire to be. You have simply been assuming a state of limitation, and the world has faithfully reflected that assumption back to you. But that's only the surface. Understanding the nature of this grand simulation is merely the first turn of the key. Knowing you are the source is the beginning of freedom, but it is not freedom itself. The real question is, how do you consciously use this power? How do you move from being an unconscious creator of chaos and limitation to a conscious selector of the reality you desire? The answer lies not in thinking, but in feeling. Not in wishing, but in assuming. The mechanism for escape, the tool for rewriting the very code of your existence, has been with you all along, waiting for you to recognize its supreme power. It is your own awakened imagination. It is the law of assumption. And learning to wield it changes not just a part of your life, but absolutely everything. Your imagination is not what they told you it was. It is not a faculty for idle daydreaming or escaping into fantasy. Oh no, that is a profound misunderstanding. Your imagination is God in action. It is the one and only creative power in the universe. It is the very substance from which all worlds are made, the eternal workshop where you, the I Am, forge reality itself. This is the operant power. When you imagine, you are not pretending. You are performing a spiritual act of creation. You are entering the true reality, the fourth dimensional world where all things exist, right now. Everything you could ever desire, every possible version of yourself, every conceivable reality, it already exists within your own wonderful human imagination. The life you are now living was born there first, and the life you desire to live must be born there too, through a conscious, deliberate act of selection. You do not create, you select. And you select with your imagination. Here is the key that unlocks every door, the secret that was hidden in plain sight. It is called the law of assumption. The law states that an assumption, though false, if persisted in, will harden into fact. Read that again. An assumption, if persisted in, will harden into fact. This is the key to escaping the simulation you have been unconsciously creating. To change your world, you do not beg, or hope, or wish. You simply decide what you want, and then you assume you already have it. You assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled. You don't think of your desire, you think from your desire. If you wanted to be wealthy, you wouldn't be thinking about wealth. You would be thinking from the state of being wealthy. Your thoughts, your feelings, your inner conversations would be those of a wealthy person. This is the great secret. You must go to the end, to the feeling of the accomplished desire, and live from there. But an assumption is not a mere intellectual exercise. This is where so many fail. You cannot simply say, I am successful 1,000 times and expect your world to change. Your subconscious mind, the womb of creation, is not impressed by empty words. It is impressed only by feeling. Feeling is the key. You must feel the reality of the state you are assuming. What would it feel like if your desire were true right now? Would you feel relief, joy, security, gratitude? You must capture that specific feeling, close your eyes, and enter that state. Feel the warmth of the sun on your face in that new city. Feel the texture of the letter confirming your success. Feel the embrace of the one you love. You must make the future dream a present fact in your imagination, and you do this by clothing your assumption in the vivid, sensory tones of reality. The feeling is the creative act. This is how you rewrite the code of your personal simulation. You are not hacking it from the outside. You are changing the source code from within. When you persist in the feeling of your wish fulfilled, you are impressing a new command upon your deeper mind. You are feeding it a new reality. And your consciousness, being the only reality, has no choice but to objectify that which you assume to be true. The outer world, the mirror, will begin to contort. Circumstances will shift. People will say and do things they wouldn't have otherwise. And a bridge of incidents will appear, seemingly by magic, to lead you to the fulfillment of your assumed state. The simulation must conform. It has no choice in the matter. Your sustained assumption is an irresistible command that the whole vast world is compelled to obey. You are not waiting for a change. You are commanding it with your feeling. Here's what changes everything. It is one thing to feel your wish fulfilled for a fleeting moment in the quiet of your room. It is another to maintain that inner conviction when the world of your senses screams the opposite. Your current reality, the old simulation, will fight for its life. It will present you with every reason to doubt, every piece of evidence that your assumption is false. Your reason will call you a fool. Your friends may question you. This is the great test of faith. Do you believe in the reality of what your senses tell you, or do you believe in the reality of your unseen assumption? The choice you make in that moment of contradiction determines whether you remain in the old state or successfully give birth to the new. Your persistence is the measure of your faith. Imagine you are in a cinema. You are watching a film you despise. The story is tragic. The hero is failing, and the ending looks bleak. What do? Do you run to the screen and start painting over the images? Do you shout at the characters, begging them to make different choices? Of course not. You know that would be insane. The screen is only showing a projection. The source of the film is in the projection booth. Yet, in the cinema of your life, this is exactly what you do every single day. You fight with the shadows on your screen. You argue with your boss. You resent your bank account. You cry over your loneliness. You are battling with projected images. Your reality is a screen, and the circumstances of your life are merely the light and shadow being played upon it. You will exhaust yourself fighting them. The change was never meant to happen out there. The power is not on the screen, it's in the booth, so you must turn away from the world. You must let it be. Let the chaotic images play out for a moment, and instead, go back to the projection booth, which is your own mind. The film that is playing is your inner world. It's your assumptions, your beliefs, and most importantly, your inner conversations. What are you saying to yourself from morning to night? Are you replaying arguments? Are you anticipating failure? Are you confirming your own lack? These silent, inner conversations are the true film. They are prayers that are being answered without fail. Your world is your inner speech made visible. To change the film, you must change what you are saying to yourself on the inside. You must begin to carry on mental conversations from the premise of your fulfilled desire. This is the real work. This is the only work. Your inner focus is the one and only cause. This is what it means to change your state. A state is a collection of beliefs, feelings, and inner assumptions that you occupy. You are always occupying a state. A state of wealth is not about the money in your bank. It's an attitude of mind from which abundance naturally flows. A state of health is not the absence of symptoms. It's an inner conviction of vitality. You have been dwelling in certain states for so long that you mistake them for your identity. But they are just rooms in the infinite mansion of your being. You can leave one room and enter another whenever you choose. This is not transformation, it is selection. You select the state you wish to embody. You do this by shifting your focus, by taking your attention off the problem of the unwanted state and placing it lovingly on the state you desire to enter. Where your attention goes, your life force flows. How is this done? You dare to assume that you already are what you want to be, and you remain in that assumption. Instead of looking for evidence of your new reality, you live from the feeling of that reality. You walk through your day as if your prayer were already answered. How would you think if you were already the person you desired to be? You would think from that new reality. You wouldn't be petitioning God or the universe for a change. You would be giving thanks for a change that has already taken place within you. This internal shift is the only movement necessary. When you change your internal focus, when you truly occupy the new state, the simulation, the outer world, has no choice but to rearrange itself to mirror this new inner alignment. It is law. Your inner world is the operant power, and the outer world is just the lagging effect. Now go deeper. Why is it so difficult to remain in the new state? You enter the projection booth, you put in the new film, but moments later, the old, tragic movie seems to start playing again. Why? Because the projector has a default setting. It is programmed by a lifetime of beliefs, fears and ideas about yourself and the world. These are the invisible chains that keep you tethered to your unwanted reality. They are the silent, automated programs that run your simulation without your conscious consent. To make your change permanent, you must do more than just select a new state. You must confront and dismantle the very programs that keep you locked in the old one. You must face the illusions that you have accepted as truth. What are these beliefs that hold you back? They are the invisible chains that bind you within your current reality. They are the silent assumptions you accepted as truth so long ago that you've forgotten they were ever a choice. I'm not good enough. Money is hard to come by. I'm unlucky in love. Things never work out for me. These are not observations about the world. They are the very commandments that created it. They are the lines of code that run your simulation on a loop, ensuring the same unwanted patterns repeat endlessly. You think you are observing a fact, but you are only witnessing the harvest of a seed you planted in your own consciousness. These chains feel strong, they feel real, but they are forged from a substance more fragile than smoke. They are made of nothing more than your continued belief in them. They are self-imposed. The door to your prison was never locked. You simply believed it was. Now listen closely. This is a truth that can set you free. All limitation is an illusion. There is no power outside of your own consciousness that can hold you back. None. The creative power within you, the I Am, knows no limits. It knows no difficulty and recognizes no opposition. When you say I am poor, you are taking the infinite, formless awareness that is God and impressing upon it the stamp of limitation. You are commanding your own divinity to experience. That act or any belief that suggests you cannot be, do, or have something is a fundamental lie. It is a veil you have drawn over your own face. The only chains that exist are the ones you refuse to let go of. The moment you withdraw your belief from a limitation, it begins to starve. It has no life of its own. Its only lifeblood is your attention, your faith in its reality. You are not a victim of your beliefs. You are the source that sustains them. So, how do you break these chains? You do not fight them. You do not analyze them endlessly, digging into your past to understand their origin. To do so is to give them more reality. You are focusing on the problem, and whatever you focus on, you energize. You do not break the chains. You simply let them fall away. And you do this by turning your back on them. You withdraw your most precious resource, your attention. When the thought of I can't arises, you do not argue with it. You ignore it. You treat it as the phantom it is. And you immediately, deliberately, return your focus to your desired assumption. You place your attention on the feeling of their wish fulfilled. You starve the demon of lack by feeding the angel of abundance. You overcome darkness not by fighting it, but by turning on the light. Your focused imagination in a new state is the light that dissolves the shadows of your limiting beliefs. This requires persistence, a divine indifference. Your old world and its limitations will not die quietly. They will scream for your attention through your senses, your reason, and the opinions of others. This is the test. Can you remain faithful to your unseen reality in the face of all evidence to the contrary? Can you walk by faith and not by sight? To persist in your new assumption, to feel yourself to be the person you desire to be even when the world denies it, is the only way. This persistent, gentle return to your assumption is the crucible in which your new reality is forged. Every time you ignore the old story and feel the new one, you are weakening the chains of the past and strengthening the reality of the future. You already are free. You already are limitless. You must simply persist in the assumption of this truth until it becomes your natural, default state. But these beliefs, these invisible chains, have a powerful ally. They are anchored in a grand illusion that gives them structure and perpetuates the entire simulation. This ally makes your past failures feel like an unbreakable verdict and your future desires feel distant and unattainable. It is the phantom that haunts every room of your mind, whispering it's too late or not yet. To achieve ultimate freedom, to become the absolute master of your reality, you must shatter this final and most profound illusion, the illusion of linear time. The past and the future are mental constructs that keep you trapped. The only point of power, the only door of escape, is the eternal now. Okay, here is the final block. Based on the topic, transcending the illusion of time, look at the structure of your prison. The invisible walls are not made of circumstance. They are made of time, the past, and the future. These are the two thieves that crucify you. You look to your past and you see a gallery of failures, mistakes, and limitations, and you allow these dead images to define what is possible for you today. Then you look to the future with either hope or dread, placing your desired good somewhere off in the distance, always just out of reach. This is the ultimate hypnosis. The past is nothing but a memory, and it only has the power you give it with your present attention. The future is a projection of your current state of consciousness. Both are phantoms. They do not exist. They are illusions designed to keep you from discovering the one place where your power actually exists, the eternal present moment. The only escape from the simulation is now. Your power is not in what you will be, it is not in what you were, it is in what you are aware of being right now. The name of God, the creative power within you, is I am. It is not I was or I will be. It is a present tense, immediate, and absolute statement of being. Creation occurs in the now. The change you seek can only happen in this very moment. You cannot feel in the past, you cannot feel in the future. You can only feel now. And since feeling is the key, the now is the only doorway to a new reality. To escape the loop of your past projecting into your future, you must drop down, vertically, to the infinite depth and power of this present moment. Here, in the now, you are unbound. Here, you are the operant power, free to choose any state you desire. So how do you use this power? You stop waiting. Waiting is the great sin against the law, for it is a declaration that you do not have your desire. It is a state of lack, and it will faithfully create more waiting. You must stop seeking and start being. You must assume the reality of your wish fulfilled now. Do not say, I will be happy when ... Instead, dare to feel the happiness now, for no reason other than you have chosen to. Do not say, I will feel secure when the money comes. Assume the feeling of security right now, and the money must appear. To vindicate that state, collapse time. Bring the future into the present through the gateway of feeling. Your imagination is not bound by time. You can, this very second, go to the end of any desire and feel its reality. In the now, it is done. When you live from this principle, you are no longer playing by the simulation's rules. You are operating as its master. You are not planting a seed and waiting for it to grow. You are moving to a timeline where the tree is already fully grown and bearing fruit. You are selecting a reality, not painfully constructing one. By assuming and feeling that you already are the person you want to be, you impress that reality upon the limitless screen of space. The world then shifts and changes, not to bring you your desire in the future, but to reveal the truth of what you have claimed is real in the now. You have to be it to see it. The assumption of being is the one and only creative act, and that act can only ever take place in the present moment. You already are what you seek. You simply have to accept it now. You are standing at the center of eternity, the whole of creation. All possibilities are available to you in this moment. The simulation is not your prison, it is your canvas. Your imagination is the brush, and your feeling is the paint. The past has no power over you. The future holds no promise that you cannot realize right now. Stop looking outside of yourself for a savior. Stop waiting for a sign. The power that creates worlds is your own consciousness, and it is begging you to claim your desire in this eternal instant. What you assume and feel to be true in this moment is the only reality. The entire world is simply waiting for your command. It is waiting for you to decide who you are right now. The dream is over the moment you decide to awaken. You are not escaping a prison. You are remembering that you are the sole creator of your entire kingdom. The world is simply your loyal subject, waiting for a new command. So, the only question that matters is this: what are you aware of being ... right now? Declare it in the comments below. Let your new assumption be felt. Subscribe to this channel and activate your notifications, because your remembrance has only just begun. And if you are ready to truly master this power, the next video is not just a video, it is an experience waiting to happen. Click it now and go deeper.